Hello everyone. Aandi's default voice here, looking to run you through the basics of using Meet Aandi's video remediation tool. Uploading a video. In our uploading video section, we will click Browse and select the video to upload. The video will then begin uploading. Once the video has uploaded, we will return to the Manage Video screen where we can approve the use of credits, in this case, a single credit, which will then process the video and add in captions. When it is ready, we will get access to our closed captioning button. Navigation in the tool. This is our basic user interface. When you first open the editor, you will see the video is showing in the top left corner. This will allow us to review the video playback. Underneath the video, we have our caption and audio description timeline. The closed caption timeline is indicated by the CC and the audio description timeline is indicated by AD. There is no audio description that is automatically generated, but you will note that the captions have been generated automatically by the tool. Now, let's go through what all the buttons do, and then we can take a look at the editing process itself. Starting on our left-hand side panel, which is our closed caption toolbar, we have the ability to split a caption block. If a block is too long or if we need multiple pieces, we can split using the S button, and that will create two caption blocks. I now have two blocks. But, if I don't want two caption blocks, I can merge a caption into the block in front of it using the M button. This will give me a single caption block and combine the two pieces of text. If I had an intro piece of music, I can use this music symbol button to create a music icon before typing the rest of my description. To be clever, I'm typing rest of my description. Next, our align to top, center, and bottom buttons indicate where our captioning is going to sit in the video preview. In the future, this will be replaced by a slider for more precise positioning and will impact the hard caption settings. This setting doesn't have any impact on how the captions will sit in another program such as YouTube, so don't worry about it too much. Editing, saving and teaching tools. Then we have our top and bottom buttons. At the top, our plus and minus symbol will speed up or slow down the video playback, which is indicated in the top left corner of our video here. Demonstrating speed toggle. We also have the ability to save the edited captions, so we'll want to do that before we close out of our editor. We recommend saving often. We then have our download assets, which we will cover at the end of the video after we have made our changes. The next button is our magic wand / apply fixes, which are going to come primarily from the training data we give the tool. We can use our training data to include industry terms or additional spellings of words that may be confused. For us, we make sure to spell Aandi Aandi. Or, if we were working on a video where Sarah was spelled without the H, we can get the system to correct the spelling each time. So I can ensure that every instance of Sarah is spelled S-A-R-A. Then, looking at the buttons below the caption editor, we have our skip to beginning and skip to end of captions buttons at the far left and right of the bar respectively. We can also move to a previous caption block or to the next caption block using the single arrow and line buttons. Then, we can move back or forward in 5-second intervals using the double open arrow buttons. Or we can move forward and back in quarter-second intervals using the single open arrow buttons. So, depending on how you need to search through your timeline, you can either search by time or we can search by caption blocks. You will likely find one way that works for you. Finally, our play button will play the video. And toggling the single caption mode allows us to only play through to the end of that caption. Demonstrating single caption mode. Audio description tools. This is the real star of the interface, me, the audio description function and toolbar. For the beginning of the sample video being edited, I have my logo, so sighted users can see that this is a Meet Aandi video. But for someone who is only listening to the video, they may miss out on this information. With my audio description tool on the right, I can insert an audio description using the plus button. This will be anchored to the current closed caption that I have selected. Then, I can type out what I would like to be in this audio description. To attempt to keep things relatively quick, I'll just write Meet Aandi logo and then render that in my own voice. While I am learning, it is best to write phonetically so I pronounce words as intended. Otherwise, non-common words like Aandi are pronounced differently. Audio description block in the timeline will change size to indicate how long that description will take to play within the video. And if I play the video from the beginning, the audio description will play and mute the section of video it plays over. Don't worry, the original audio comes back after the description, but we don't need to hear this part. Extended audio description. For the demo video, in addition to having the logo, there is a transition from that logo to where Alex begins to speak. It may be worthwhile letting the audience know that the video is moving from the logo to Alex against a colorful background. So in this case, I'm going to split my caption block as we want to have one audio description per block as a general rule. Don't mind me waving my cursor around to show the two blocks. I'm going to move my block to about where that transition takes place, and I can add a new audio description in. So again, using the plus button on the audio description toolbar on the right, we can add another audio description block to the timeline. We will describe this as, Alex appears on screen against a colorful background. Once we have finished typing, we hit the play button on the AD toolbar to render the audio description and see how much time it will take to play. In this case, my audio description is going to run past the point that the original audio for this video begins. So if I was to start the video again from the beginning, the description, Alex appears on screen against a colorful background, is going to play over the top of, and mute, the original audio track. While I personally don't mind muting Alex, there is a better way of providing the description without overlap. Instead, I'm going to use the pause function, which can be toggled on or off by clicking the play button on the audio description block. Default is play mode, where it plays continuously with the video. Clicking the button changes the block to pause mode, where the playback of the video will be paused for the duration of the audio description. The icon on the block also changes to a pause button to indicate which mode the block is in. Alex appears on screen against a colorful background.
I was lucky enough to grow up around quite a diverse group of people.
Editing captions interface. In the case that we need to make some small changes to the automatically generated captions, we are able to do that by making changes to the text input fields within a particular caption block by clicking on the block and using the text editor window. To hear Alex.
In this case, the intonation that I used leading through this sentence made the machine believe that I finished my sentence here and began a new sentence in the next block. So I can simply go in and remove this full stop and then have the next block not begin with a capital letter.
You can see how I might mistake some of those gaps as being the end of sentences, but I'll get better at recognizing speech patterns the more videos I do. Another benefit of the caption editor is being able to clean up mistakes that were made in recording the video, such as the speaker missing words. You can come to a caption block that is missing a word and input it so that the transcript and captions make the most sense possible. In this case, Alex misses the joining words "and," which means the sentence kind of flowed from one to another without explaining itself, so we can add those words in. Outputs, text files. Once I've made all of the changes, which admittedly weren't too many in this particular video, and I'm happy, I can save the edited captions and audio descriptions. Then, I am ready to begin downloading the assets using the Download Assets button in the top panel above the text editor. When we choose to download our assets, we have a separate menu for our text-based formats and our video formats. For our text-based formats, we are generally looking at downloading either our caption files, which will be in WebVTT and/or SRT formats, or our transcript file. We have explained the usage cases for each format in the text above the buttons. There is also a checkbox asking whether to create audio description compatible closed captions. If the video has utilized the pause function for audio description, then the runtime of the described video is going to be different to the runtime of the original video. In that case, we will need an adjusted version of the caption file where the timing for each of the caption blocks is aligned to the new runtime instead of the original runtime shown in the editor. Because there is never a disadvantage to producing the caption file with the correct timing, we would only recommend unticking this box if you are planning to publish two different versions of your video and you need a caption file that doesn't account for audio description. Clicking on any of these buttons will then download the relevant file format to your Downloads folder or default location. Outputs, video files. On the other side we have our button for video formats. This is going to be where we can choose to export a video that has closed captions, referred to here as soft captions, which can be enabled or disabled within the video player. This will be the most common export format. We also provide the option for open captions, referred to here as hard captions, where the captions are rendered as an image overlay and a part of the video that can't be turned off. Again, we have the checkbox option to render audio descriptions as part of the video export. Ticking the box will add the audio descriptions to the audio layer of the video you export, while unchecking the box will ignore any audio description added to the video. It is not necessary to export the video again if you didn't add audio descriptions, unless you specifically want open captions on your video. The Soft Captions button embeds the SRT caption file into the video so that everything you need is in one file. Do be aware that if you are uploading your video to YouTube or another video sharing platform, those platforms generally require the caption file to be added separately, even if the SRT file is already embedded. The tool will let you know when your video starts processing and you will be emailed a download link for your finished video.